All right, everyone. Welcome back to Betting by the Numbers, a sports betting YouTube and Discord channel dedicated to taking the decision-making process of sports betting out of the hands of idiots like me and putting it in the hands of people who win. Had a good night last night. If you followed over on Pickett and the Odds Jam Discord, we had several plays on Parlayplay. We had one that was devastating. It was a 6-pick on Parlayplay. Everything looked great. And then Devin Booker had his stats adjusted to drop his rebounds and assists from 10 to 9. So we missed the 6 out of 6, still hit 5 out of 6, and you 2.5 times your money. So still doing okay. And we have one going into tonight that has a 5 out of 5 alive with one pick that we might actually use in our picks today. So let's get into it. Much of the same. We're going to be doing a parlay play today. Just some of the lines, the variants right now. It's just easier at this time in the morning to get the parlay play. So we're going to head over there. Real quickly, we're going to go over to Pregame, which is a website I use to kind of see what's going on in sports that day and where some of the cash is. You will see in the NBA, we have the Celtics taking on the Hawks. 85% of the cash on the Celtics, and that line moving from 4 to 5.5. So early kind of steam on the C's. Over to the Cavaliers and the Knicks, where 75% of the money. Now, this is early. As you can see, the dollar amounts are much lower. They're going to get much higher as the day goes on. So don't read into these numbers quite as much right now. But the Knicks, with 75% of the tickets, 74% of the cash, and moving slightly, but not much, with the over-under at 211.5 right now. Then the night game, including my Timberwolves, we have the Nuggets taking on the Timberwolves. We have an increasing amount of 51% of the tickets, 76% of the cash, which is always good. But the Nuggets line is moving from 2 to 2.5, which is concerning, with the over-under set at 222.5 right now. Over on the Diamond, we have a lot of games, pretty much a full slate. We have one day game with the Dodgers taking on the Cubs. And then we have some actually really good matchups, I think, going into this weekend, especially in the NL with San Diego and Arizona. That's San Francisco. Toronto and New York should be a good series. We get to watch my Kansas City Royals get absolutely destroyed by the Angels all weekend. And in interleague play, that Astros-Braves series, great. I think that Boston-Milwaukee series is actually going to be really fun. And then the Cardinals and Mariners, really a good slate for baseball. So a lot of good baseball. If you're going out to bars tonight, it'll be good to have on in the background, find some games to pick and watch. And then we have our playoff hockey, which, you know, I am definitely more of a casual hockey fan, but once the playoffs start, it's time to get going. So tonight we have Carolina taking on the Islanders. Islanders need a win, and you can see they're getting the early juice. 94% of the cash on them, with that money line moving to minus 119. Over-under set at 5 still. Boston and Florida. We have Boston getting 97% of the cash, with that line actually dropping from minus 160 to minus 154, but the over-under still set at 6. We have Dallas taking on Minnesota. 67% of the cash right now on Dallas, with the line actually moving from the Wild being plus 104 to minus 105. That is an interesting development. We'll be looking into that because that might be a pick opportunity for us. When you see a lot of cash and tickets on one side and the line's moving the opposite way, generally you want to follow. So last game, we have Edmonton taking on the Kings. We have 55% of the tickets, but 80% of the cash right now on Edmonton, with that line moving a little bit from minus 150 to minus 152. So great, good slate of sports. So let's figure out our picks. We're going to refresh the screen on OddsJam, which I love them for putting that right here, so you don't have to refresh the entire website. But our first pick is going to be pretty much the easiest on the board, which is Evan Mobley of the Cavaliers, over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. You can see minus 151 at Pinnacle, minus 135 at DraftKings. A lot of value there, but we're only going to pay minus 114 at Parlayplay. So we're going to head on over to our friends at Props.Cash and see if we can't confirm a little bit about why we think Evan Mobley is a good pick tonight. As we can see in the last 10, he's hit 4 of 10 in the playoffs. He has not hit this line quite yet. However, on 2 days rest, he's been much better. Against the Knicks, he's still under this line. That's interesting. They must have some confidence that he is going to get going tonight. So let's check this out. When he's at home, last 10, he just needs to get his swagger back. Okay. So when we head over, we see that in the last 10, Evan Mobley with 6 out of 10, and he's barely missed these lines. I think that this is a game that they are going to need a big performance out of him. You can see when he's on the road in the last 10, he's hit that 5 of 10 times. On 2 days rest, he's hit it 3 of 6. It just feels like a game. They're going to need a big one. The books are telling us to follow them because there will be one. So we will follow right along. So we'll head over to Parlayplay, head to the pick'em, add in Evan Mobley, 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and we'll look for our next pick. The next one we're going to be finding is actually on the ice with Sebastian Aho over 2.5 shots on goal and Brad Marchand 2.5 shots on goal. You can see both of them minus 133, minus 131 at Pinnacle, pretty much minus 130 or better across the board. So we'll actually check them both out and just see what value we can get, see if we want to use them both, see if we want to use one of them. And we will head to Sebastian Aho shots on goal. You can see in the last 10, he's hit this line several times against the Islanders. He's hit it in this season, 3 of the last 5 times. Just seems like a night that they're going to need a big performance out of him. In the playoffs, he's kind of been a little streaky, but I think when they need him, he shows up. So the odds are telling us to follow him, so we likely will. The other one is Brad Marchand. Let's check that out. I just like to get an idea on, oh my goodness, yes. Okay, well, that one I love. So we will absolutely be adding Brad Marchand. You can see why. Marchand, 2.5 shots on goal. Then we'll keep Sebastian Aho. I didn't love his numbers, so we're going to keep him right now and see if we can't come back. I'm going to come back to some of these unders. I've just been having some weird luck with them lately, so we're going to see if we can't find a little value elsewhere and then come back. Let's check out Aaron Gordon and Jaylen Brown over points, rebounds, and assists. 22.5 for Aaron Gordon. We have minus 125 at Pinnacle, but minus 144 over at FanDuel. Both of these are kind of the same story, minus 120-something with minus 140 and minus 138 at FanDuel. So let's check out if we like either of those. First, we go to the NBA with Jaylen Brown. Now, Celtics have looked awesome. I think that this will be another great performance. Let's see. On 2 days rest, he performs well. Hit it 8 of the last 14 against Atlanta. He's hit this in 2 of 4 with last season. It's kind of the same results. But the last 5, he's hit this in 3 of 5. He didn't have as good of a game in Atlanta, and we actually went against him in that game. And I think it's time to take him. We will also check how he's done on the road, see if that's made a difference. Yep, 7 out of 10. There's your reason. They need him on the road to make a big game, and he gets it done. So let's head over to Jaylen Brown's over points, rebounds, and assists and get that added. Let's head back to the fantasy screen. We had Aaron Gordon was our other points, rebounds, and assists. We'll get him pulled up. All right, in the last 10. That is in. Nope, that actually is correct for the away. Last 10, 4 to 10. A 1 day rest. He's been better. Let's take away the qualifier of that. Against Minnesota, he's basically had it every other game, which necessarily could mean that this is the off game. And 1 day's rest, he's hit it 60% of the time. I like that. Let's put him in the back pocket with Sebastian Aho. Let's get through the rest of these picks real quickly. Dejounte Murray, under 21.5 points. Again, I don't love unders, but right now, it's just been, I don't know. There's been performances where I really think that people are going to be bad, and then I sit there and I hate just rooting against good performances. So I usually have to find high lines. I think that it's easier for me to look at it and say, okay, he's not going to hit this line. But like, this is troublesome. I see a lot of points here. Yeah, he could come out and do this, but this is not a bet I feel comfortable with. And I'm okay telling you guys that. Boston's defense is probably going to step up, but we can look at home. The production has certainly dropped off. 3 out of 10 when you playing at home. I don't mind that. Against Boston at home. All right, let's do it. You know what? I don't care if I'm going to have fun, if it's going to make money. The points are telling us to do this. So we're going to go over, under. All right, let's find 2 more. We still have the Sebastian Aho. We still have Aaron Gordon. I don't particularly. John Collins over, minus 152 at Pinnacle, minus 130 across the board, 11.5 points. Let's check out Mr. Collins. Minus 135 against Boston. 2 days rest. Last 5 at home. Yeah, I like it. We'll bounce back after only 5 points. They need points out of somewhere else. They're obviously not going to get them from Murray. So, yeah, I like that. John Collins, we will add over points. All right, let's find one more. I'm still not sold on the Aho, Aaron Gordon, but it might be the best one, unless we can find a good strikeouts. I do love a good strikeouts. Parlayplay is just a little slow on getting their baseball lines up in the morning. That's why you have to be following along on the picket to find some of the best ones. All right, we're going to do it. It was in front of our eyes the whole time. I got distracted by the no Pinnacle line, but it's Darius Garland over rebounds and assists. Let's check this out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I might be wrong. Rebounds and assists. It was in front of us the whole time. All right, Darius Garland. We'll head over to Parlayplay. Rebounds and assists. You're gonna exact revenge on. Oh, and it's 9.5. All right, statement game, Darius Garland. We lost by 1 rebound that was taken away from us unfairly last night. We need 10 rebounds and assists. I don't care if every other leg loses. We are not losing this leg tonight. There's our picks. All right, everyone. Well, that gets our picks put together. So just for recap, we have Jaylen Brown of the Celtics over 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Darius Garland over 9.5 rebounds and assists. That's our statement game. We have Devontae Murray at 21.5 points under. We have John Collins at over 11.5 points. Brad Marchand over 2.5 shots on goal, and Evan Mobley over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So you can see I've placed this pick. I will be riding along with everyone else who can get these picks in. As I said, we'll have more picks on the picket, especially once more baseball lines start to come out through the day. And then I will also be posting this over on TikTok, over on YouTube, and also in the Discord channel. So follow along. We'll have plenty more this weekend. Lots and lots of sports to be betting on this weekend. So we will have plenty of picks. Follow along, and thank you for tuning in.